Welcome back, friends. This is Annette, your adventure girl, and I want to thank you for your patience while I was out adventuring. I had a great time in my old little stomping grounds around Arizona and checking out some new places. So, again, thank you for your patience. But I'm back, you're back. So, let's get started and jump into some AI, all right? Are you ready for some online adventures? I sure hope so. Now, if you've been following along, you've already dipped your toes into the AI waters, right? You've maybe played with ChatGPT a little bit, tried a few easy examples, and maybe you felt that excitement mixed with frustration when ChatGPT didn't get you exactly what you were looking for. Well, that's going to change today because I'm going to share with you what they call the magic formula. This is the secret sauce that transforms how you communicate with any AI tool. Now, it's not some complicated mumbo jumbo. I promised you I wouldn't do that to you, and I keep my promises. This is a simple framework that plays on your experience as a thoughtful communicator. Now, don't laugh. You have years of experience, a lifetime of experience to pull from. And that's going to come in handy, my friends. I promise you, that's going to be a great bonus for you. So I still remember when I first learned about this magic formula, I went from getting generic, basic outputs to these very exciting responses and outputs that, well, quite frankly, made me excited to start this and share with you what the possibilities are with AI. So that's exactly what I want for you here today. I want you to just get that excitement and that feeling of joy when AI actually produces what you're looking for. So the truth is that AI is not being used to its fullest potential. Most people using it are like someone driving a Ferrari who stays in first gear, right? And we don't want to be that person. We're not going to ruin somebody's transmission, not if we can help it. So get comfortable, silence those doubts, and let's get ready to unlock the power of AI communication together. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like AI just doesn't understand what you're asking for? You type something simple like write me a good email and you get something back that's kind of meh. Or maybe you get a stack of questions. Well, you're not alone. The number one mistake that I see people making is treating AI like a mind reader. But here's the beautiful thing: AI needs your guidance, your wisdom, and your life experience. That's right. You are a vital part to making AI work. And that's actually amazing news because it means that all those communication skills that you've developed over time, those decades of developing your communication skills, they are your superpower with AI. That younger generation, they might know the tech buzzwords and they might get a jump on you, but you know how to express nuance, context, and intention. And trust me, this is going to be a superpower. The problem isn't you, it's that no one has taught you how to speak AI's language. And that's exactly what we're going to fix today. So, okay, I kind of mentioned the magic formula earlier, but what if I told you that this simple formula transforms how AI responds to you? It's really quite simple. It's a four-part system. It contains context, the task, the instruction, and how you want your data formatted. It's pretty much like telling a little assistant how to do the job you want them to do. So, first, we're going to start with the context. This is where you set the stage. You tell AI who it is supposed to be. That is the role that it is playing. And then you provide any background information. Next is the task. This is what you want AI to actually do. So be very clear about the specific output that you need. Then is the instruction. Here's where you provide the details of how you want the task completed. Think what style, what tone, what format, and who the audience is for. Okay, so you got all of that. And then there's the data. This is where you provide the supporting information or examples to guide the AI. Were you asked to recreate a brochure? Well, then give the AI the brochure you were asked to recreate. Doing things like that, examples. Do you already have your information in a document and you just want it formatted? Go ahead and give it to it. All right. So that's the magic formula. And when you combine these four elements, something magical happens. I promise. I'm not kidding. AI suddenly becomes your personal assistant. It just seems to read your mind. And that is the exciting part. Okay, so you've heard me talking, you've seen me talking, but you haven't seen me actually doing. I've got it. Don't worry. It's okay. I went ahead and gave you some examples, so let's just fill them in right now. All right, see you on the other side. Okay, so here we are. I have two screens open to ChatGPT, and I hope you can see them, but they are just the basic screens that say, what can I help with? And so in the first screen, I'm just going to go ahead and paste in a question. Write me an email about my new workshop, and I'm going to let it run. Click that submit button, and what do I get back? A whole bunch of questions. I didn't tell this GPT anything. I just said, write me an email about my new workshop. Next, I'm going to try the magic formula in the other screen, and you will see the difference. So we're just going to copy it out of someplace else, and then I'm going to pull it in and paste it over. Here we go. The first sentence is in. You are an experienced email copywriter who has written for brands like Ogilvy. Write a launch email for a new workshop on generative AI. Write an email inviting people who have signed up for the workshop by name. Make the copy over the top fun and designed to resonate with a target audience of marketing professionals. Focus a lot on users working in the advertising industry. Include a review from someone who said that the session is a no-brainer and that it completely transformed how they approach client campaigns. Now look at the output. We're going to get subject lines, headers, bodies, bold letters, emojis, all this great stuff, all rolled into one. And it's just working out. We've got the quote, just as we asked for, your name, and would you like anything else added? So that is a fabulous example of how the magic prompt can help you with just getting some basic results out of ChatGPT. Okay, so here we are. I've got an example on the screen for you of what I did last night, and I actually wrote the same question into a few different GPTs. So this is an example from myself, right? I wanted the GPT to be an exercise scientist. The task that I gave it was to create a heart healthy exercise. Then the instructions I gave it were to make it accessible, schedule should be flexible, and then I wanted it all to be easily attained. And so if we speed this up, we can see that ChatGPT did give me quite a sufficient output. Look at that output. It's got session breakdowns. It's got all this information. But this is just ChatGPT. It's also got steps for success. But what I want to show you is actually I took that same question and I piped it into Perplexity. Now, Perplexity is one of my favorites for doing deep research. So we just went ahead and put that same magic prompt in. You're an exercise scientist and physical fitness expert. You're going to create a heart healthy exercise schedule using the equipment I already have. And then look at this output. This is why Perplexity is one of my favorites. Clearly speeding this up because it is really just a lot of information. It tells you everything it does in its thinking process, finalizing it, and then this is actually the one that I settled on after all of my different tests and tracks. Actually, I think I went with the Google Gemini, but neither here nor there. So here we go. Here's your week. It goes up to week 9 plus. It talks about all these great things. It has all the things I asked for. It's a really big output, right? And it tells you that it meets all the things. So then the next AI that I put this in was the Gemini 2.5 Flash. And we're going to put this into deep research mode. I gave it the same question. You're an exercise scientist and a physical fitness expert. This is Gemini 2.5 in research mode, which is really a fun thing. It's going to ask you to review the research plan, edit it if you want to edit it, and then it will get going. This was actually quite a long research process, and this is, I believe, the one I ended up downloading and saving for myself. I checked out some of the links that were referenced in the information. All of the information is readily available in the output. So if I ever wanted to go back to this chat history, I could click on the links. But then the cool part is that it actually, all these websites I clicked on, I was really fascinated by that. Here is your healthy home fitness plan, elevating cardio, strength, and balance. And it goes through, I've actually been reading through this today. Quite a lot of information in here. Hopefully I'll be able to stick to it. If you're interested in seeing if I follow my exercise plan, go ahead and give it a try. Try to follow me on Instagram. Okay, so running through this some more because I think it's fascinating. Claude is another one of my favorites. I typically use Claude for writing assignments, but as this was a writing assignment in a generic way, I thought I would give it a go. And again, you can see, just like ChatGPT, there's not a ton of research, but there is a ton of information. It does give you a weekly schedule overview of some basics that you can do getting started. There are some routines here. And really the thing I like about trying this against all the different AIs that I can find is that it really gives you variety to choose from. So you don't have to just pick one, you can pick them all. All right, folks, and there we have it, the magic formula that will transform your AI interactions forever. How are you feeling now? I bet those AI tools suddenly seem a lot less mysterious, but also still mysterious at the same time. How many AI tools are there out there? Do I need to try them all? You don't need to try them all. Don't worry, friends. This week's challenge is simple but game changing. I want you to take one task that you do regularly and apply the magic formula to creating a prompt for it. Maybe it's writing emails, researching a topic, brainstorming ideas. Whatever it is, I want you to use the framework we discussed and notice the differences in the quality. Remember why we're here. This isn't just about using technology, it's about reclaiming your power in the digital world. It's about turning what might have felt overwhelming into a source of confidence and capability. So if this episode sparked something in you, please hit that subscribe button and share this video with someone who might need this message. Our community grows stronger with each fearless learner who joins us, and I promise I won't make you wait so long for the next video. One last thing I want from you is for you to hold this truth close. Your communication skills, built over decades of real human interaction, those are your superpowers with AI. That younger generation might know the technology, but you know how to articulate your wisdom, nuance, and the context. That's the magic ingredient that AI needs to truly shine. Well, all right, friends, this is Annette, your guide, your cheerleader, and your fellow adventurer, reminding you that the best is yet to come. So until next time, let us rise together. All right. I will see you the next time, friends. Take care.